McKinney, just one exit north of Highway 75 and 121.
Welcome back to the Traders Network. I'm Michael Yorba, broadcasting to you live from the Dallas KFXR 1190 AM iHeart Media Studios and worldwide through yorbamedia.com. I've got Christopher Murphy, CEO and founder of Vir-Sec Incorporated. Christopher, welcome to the show. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for inviting me.
All right, my pleasure. You know, I had one heck of a passionate conversation with you yesterday about your product, and let me back up a little bit. You've got some unique talents that you bring to the table here. Obviously, a very unique product that everybody around the world needs. They don't even know they need it, and they need it. Talk to us just briefly about your background, and I just can't wait to get into your company.
Well, I started programming back in 2000 and back in 1980 when I built my first computer out of Popular Mechanics. And I've progressed through, went to college, got a degree, all that good stuff, only because I needed it, because that was required to get a job in data processing, is what we called it way back then. I've been pretty much self-employed since 1985.
Commendable.
I've done consulting work for the Japanese companies, American companies. I've done insurance. I've done manufacturing. And then I came up with a concept for cybersecurity in 2006 and late 2005 and changed my life.
All right. Now, Christopher, tell us what it is that Vir-Sec does and how it's going to change the way people protect themselves with all of their data around the world.
Okay, well, let's start with a basic understanding of what cybersecurity problem is, because everybody talks about cybersecurity, but no one explains it in English. So our problem with the Internet today is it was set up on a telephone system. And the telephone system was how we connected. We all dialed in way back when. Well, the model may have changed to fiber optics, but it's still the same model. It was a party line. Everybody dials in and everybody can talk to everyone. And then we put secure data out there. And if everybody can talk to everyone, how can something be secure?
Point.
And then we used a browser to get in. And now I'm going to use an example because my intern gave me permission. John Fody, probably one of the most brilliant young men I've met in years, who works on our intern team, was going on a convention for college to Vegas this summer. He went to Travelocity, logged in with Chrome, made a purchase, went to Google Maps, and found a pin with the date and the hotel that he would be staying at. He made a purchase in an HTTPS site, secure site, of a hotel reservation in an airplane, yet Google knew immediately when he went to Google Maps where he would be staying and the dates he would be staying in the hotel. So the question is, if we've got a system that's designed to spy on you, it's spying on you always. And that's the problem with browsers.
And more in-depthly than you can possibly imagine.
Yes. Well, then you look at the second problem. And these are the two core problems of every cyber breach that happened. It started with a browser, and it went to a public-facing website. If you have $1 million and you buried it in your backyard and published the coordinates of exactly where it's buried, do you think it would be safe?
Yeah, not at all.
You're going to be putting more and more walls and armed guards around it trying to protect it. Well, what the industry has done is said, come to our website, here's where you get into all our secure data.
Right. Now, you have a solution for this.
Yes, our company provides an ability to plug and play, which is really quite amazing because we can provide cybersecurity quite literally overnight in many companies. To plug and play in a module that will make all secure data no longer available over the Internet.
Okay, whoa, big statement there. All secure data no longer available over the Internet. Hold on. How do you do that?
Okay, well, the problem of the browser, which we go browserless Internet, the problem of the browser, and for that matter, any installed software on any device, using that to access the Internet, is installed software and browsers can be compromised. And they leave cookies behind and temporary data behind. So whenever you use these type of tools, you are leaving security breaches all around you. So with Secure Access, which is the product we're introducing, we use a distributable medium, a token, that you plug into a computer. It creates an environment that exists in RAM, a window to work in, like a browser, but it's not. Inside of that window, we store all data, encrypt everything coming in and out, and when it's done, we flush it from RAM, leaving no evidence that anything ever existed on that computer ever.
Now, you have something else that you do that is amazing to me, because everybody has access to the password login page. And what you were saying, if I got that right, is why everybody doesn't need access to that page, just the customers. And that reduces the population that can have access. It makes it more trackable in case there is a breach. And how is it that you're making that happen?
Well, we'll go back to the browserless internet. Right now, and the party line internet. Right now, anyone who gets on the internet, any one of 7 billion people in the world who can log on to the internet, can go to your bank. If your bank has a logon page, that means your bank has to defend against 7 billion people. That's their attack surface.
Right.
Anyone in the world on any computer. And we think that we're going to be secure with that kind of attack surface. With our technology, the bank removes the logon from their website, just removes it, takes all of their online processes off their website, just removes them, and now no one can get to their online processing. They distribute secure access, and secure access creates a private network that only members of the bank, only customers, can get to.
So,
if you don't have your secure access token, you can't even log into the bank. You can't get to the login page. If you can't find the login page, you can't attack the bank.
Why are all the current cyber methodologies failing? You hear about them all the time. These huge, corporations have millions of, in some cases higher than that, amount of money to spend to protect this, and it still fails. Why is it? Why they're failing where you can succeed?
Because everybody missed the core mistake back in 2005. In 2005, there was exactly one what we would call cyber breach. It was AOL for 94 million records. I realized at that point that the problem was a logon page and a publicly addressable problem, so I began working on it. The industry thought the solution to being hacked was to put better firewalls, dig deeper moats, put sharpened stakes in there, put poison on the stake, then put another wall over it and hope that you can keep people out. But they didn't realize no matter how big the wall you build is, or how deep the moat is, or how much poison you put on the stakes, there's a 6-lane superhighway right in called the logon page on your home page on your website that you're advertising.
As simple as that.
Nothing can be secure if you're providing the coordinates to where you find it.
Okay, well, let's say somebody manages to become a customer just so that they can get to the login page and try and get around your processes. And do you have anything that protects you after the next level?
Yes, each key is serialized to the individual. Think of it like a credit card. It's done in encrypted chips, so it can never be changed and it can never be duplicated unless somebody manufactures every single chip on the device, duplicates the architecture completely, and then they've compromised one person. That unique device that is absolutely unique to the user is tied to their account. So if you lose your key and you don't report it stolen, the only person being compromised is you. If you report it stolen, the minute that device, the token, the secure access token is plugged in again, it self-destructs. So no one can ever use it.
And nobody else has come up with this but you?
Well, nobody else understands the problem yet, so how could they do it? I'll give you the best example in the world because it's the most ridiculous.
We've got about a minute left, but I want to hear this.
Real quick. There's a Wall Street firm that's going to spend $750 million over the next 2 years to put more of the exact same security that failed around their data, hoping to protect themselves. For less than $90 million, we could take their stuff completely off the internet and only allow their own customers and their own employees access. So for about a seventh of the expense, we can secure them, or they can do the same thing they did that already failed, hoping that it'll work this time.
Wow.
What do you say when someone does the same thing over and over again and gets looking for a different result?
Insanity.
Exactly.
Got it. All right, Christopher, let's do this. Let's take a break. But before we go, please, web address so people can find a way to you and get more secure with their precious data.
www.Vir-Sec, V-I-R- that's a minus sign, SEC.com.
All right, and when we come back, let's talk about the private virtual communication network, all right?
Great, thank you.
You're welcome. We'll be right back on the other side of this break with more security for you with Christopher Murphy, CEO and founder, Vir-Sec, Inc., VIR-SECINC.com. We'll be right back.
Are you tired of exposing your retirement to stock market risk? Call 866-555-SAFE for your free Safe Money book and join Brady Spears and Chris Novinger for the Retirement Experts Radio Show every Saturday at 9 a.m. here on 1190 a.m.
I'm Dr. James, founder of Diamond Physicians, a concierge medicine practice located in Dallas, Texas. Our Diamond 360 Advanced Physical Exam has been created for people like you who live a high-stress, fast-paced life. Every 40 seconds, someone in the U.S. experiences a life-changing heart attack or debilitating stroke. Negative stress tests and normal cholesterol levels do not exclude you. Half of all fatal heart attacks occur without warning. Diamond goes beyond traditional medicine with the Diamond 360 Advanced Physical Exam, proven to prevent heart attacks, strokes, and diabetes. Contact Diamond now at 214-395-3491. That's 214-395-3491. Or visit our website at diamondphysicians.com to take the Diamond Challenge. If your Diamond 360 reveals perfect health, receive a full refund. Your loved ones will thank you.
Things aren't the same as they were when Geico started saving people money over 75 years ago. We didn't have reality TV. Back then, it was just reality. The most exciting thing that ever happened was when Jimmy got his head stuck in a gopher hole. And trust me, that's not a show anyone would binge watch. Yep, we didn't have much entertainment, but switching our car insurance to Geico was pretty exciting.
Geico, saving people money on car insurance for over 75 years.
MyComputerCareer.com. Sounds like an online computer school, right? Wrong. In fact, My Computer Career is the area leader for hands-on instructor-led training for career changers going into IT. And the hands-on doesn't end in class. You'll receive one-on-one tutoring and career coaching to help you master your computer skills and to prepare your resume, write powerful cover letters, practice for interviews, and find employment opportunities. Plus, you'll be first in line for new job openings that match your skills through our exclusive network of employers that prefer our students. It's your complete career change program. You'll be surprised at how affordable it is, and financial aid is available, including the GI Bill. So if you thought My Computer Career was just another online school, well, think again. Go to our website at mycomputercareer.com and take the free career evaluation. My Computer Career. Hands-on training for a better life.
BTJ Consulting was founded specifically to consult with accredited investors on how best to manage their oil and gas investments. The emphasis is not only on direct participation in drilling projects, but includes opportunities in the purchasing of oil rigs, service and equipment companies, real estate and/or the purchase of royalty interest through lease pooling. This strategy further mitigates risk and spreads their clients' investments over the entire sector whenever possible. For more information, call 469-518-5008 or info@btjconsulting.com. 469-518-5008 or info@btjconsulting.com. That's 469-518-5008 or info@btjconsulting.com. And tell them Yorba sent you.
July LED headlights, one-touch access to the third row, and the latest technology. The 2015 Acura MDX is the ultimate in a 7-passenger SUV. Get the ultimate SUV with exceptional offers at your DFW Acura dealer. Find yours at dfwacuradealers.com.
Hi friend, Willie Lambright here, your host of Real Estate Talk. Real estate changes people's lives. If you don't think so, join me each Sunday from 1 to 6 o'clock as we do the ins and outs of real estate for you and your family. You'll be glad you did.
Welcome back to the Traders Network. I'm Michael Yorba, your host. broadcasting to you live from the Dallas KFXR 1190 AM iHeart Media Studios and worldwide through yorbamedia.com. All right, I'm joined on the show with Christopher Murphy, CEO and founder of Vir-Sec. This is the next breakthrough in secure technology for all of your vital data. All right, Christopher, when we left off, we were just getting into some of the security parameters that you put in place that nobody else in the world is doing right now. And I wanted to see if we could start with the private virtual communication network. That's something everybody really wants, but it's kind of expensive or hard, and what I'm hearing from you, it doesn't even work right now.
It shouldn't be expensive, it shouldn't be hard, and it doesn't work. So long as access is granted through a browser, which is designed to spy on you, nothing can ever be secure, period. So anything that you set up for communication that uses a browser doesn't secure you. And the tools that are being granted today for cybersecurity, I hate to pick on a competitor, but Google introduced the Google Key to secure you. The Google Key plugs into Chrome and browser that is installed in your computer that can be attacked. And the only thing the Google Key does is absolutely identify you to Google, so when they're spying on you, they build a better profile.
Now,
they're not protecting the browser.
To get this information on your computer or your server or whatever your device is, sometimes it can be kind of laborious if it's super secure. And I understand you have a solution for that too.
Yes, the way that we secure a server, quite honestly, is childish. We drop a module in front of the existing server on a proxy server. That proxy server checks every piece of every communication attempt and says, is it a browser? Reject it. Is it secure is it secure access? If it is, validate that the key has been authorized, because we don't want the token coming in just because somebody's spoofing it. It has to be authenticated in an off-site location where we securely identify the token has not been lost or stolen. If it has, it self-destructs and never even gets to the logon page. When it gets to the logon page, it validates that it's a real token, that we've authenticated, that it has a live session, and then it loads a logon page. That logon page is only available through a token that you plug in and click on Start. Start PC, Start Mac. That's how difficult it is to get started.
Now, I also understand that just about every other security system in the world has been penetrated except yours. What about that?
Well, every security system that's been deployed in the world is based on a secure public server. That is an oxymoron. If something is secure, it means that you know who the users are. And if something is public, it means you never have any idea who the users are. So if you're trying to make something secure in public, you're working against yourself. They get hacked because every secure public server that people go to goes through a website logon. Almost every. Let's not make any blanket statements, but almost every public server comes in through a website logon. Therefore, they all get hacked.
But you have never been.
When.
You've never been hacked. They've never been able to penetrate your security, is what I'm hearing.
No, because secure access doesn't have a website. Our website we intentionally took all of our protection off our website a few months back and let it get hacked to see if there was any way from attacking our public-facing website to attack secure access. And there's not, because there's no connection. Secure access does not exist where our information website is. The website that a browser should see is an informational website about a company, a retail website to purchase something. But once somebody is your client, they have no reason to be going to a public-facing website. You should be securing them and reducing your attack surface to something manageable, known users that are known customers.
That is a huge statement to say, our system has never been hacked. That is massive. Now, let's change gears for just a little bit, because in the as a byproduct, if you will, about what you do in your business, you also understand about privacy rights on the internet. What news do you have for us on that?
Well, by moving to secure access, we're basically giving private property rights on the internet. We're taking your data and saying your data is private, so you should have your property in a private environment that only you control and only is granted access by your invitation. So we put our secure, again, it's such a simple thing. You put our secure access proxy server in front, you associate the tokens with the individual, you mail them out, and it's turned on.
So what I'm getting, there's a big statement right there also, because what I'm getting from you is no more bootleg music, no more bootleg movies, this business of corporate espionage of one form or another, all the way up to the Department of Justice, the Department of Defense. Those types of things are now looking at a whole new level of security because of what you do.
Yes, our technology is currently deployed in U.S. intelligence, and it's currently being used as part of the training in the Monterey Cyber Warfare Training Center. It's a very simple policy. Everybody using it understands it. If you can't find where the data is, you can't attack it.
So
how hard is that to understand?
So you are not just keeping this stuff super secret and only for the elite. You're actually opening it up to anything from a mom and pop operation to a private citizen who's got a bunch of stuff they don't want out there. Maybe there are some wealthy people that want a new form of security because nobody wants to lose $100 million because somebody in the Ukraine decided they could get into their stuff. And you're saying you can protect that.
Well, we have the ability to deploy, and we've actually set this up. Any small firm, any data from a small accounting firm to a small law firm to a small venture firm that's doing mergers and acquisitions, high-dollar divorces, you're dealing with secure data, and you're sending it out through an email system that is not secure in any way. Even the best encrypted software for emails is penetratable without much difficulty.
Mm-hmm.
And your data and all of your records, if you log on from home to do work at your office, are available on the Internet. For less than $100,000, we could set up 500 users in a secure private network that only those 500 people will ever be able to get to. It's only able to be found by those 500 people. That's your private property on the Internet.
Is there any parameters on size of data? Because sometimes these people who really need the security have big data.
Doesn't matter to us. It's always queried and fed on a web page. If it's queried to feed a web page, it's going to be queried to feed into the virtual environment. We've built our technology with enough backwards compatibility, legacy code, that almost anything that currently works in a browser will be allowed to work in Vir-Sec secure access environment. So the changeover for a company is, again, quite literally drop the module in front. If we tried to make them move to a much further along generation of where we are, the time and the cost would be so long, no one would do it. We had to come up with a solution that will allow security go into place today because the crisis is that bad today.
And they can implement your security in sometimes as little as 2 hours is what I'm hearing.
Yes.
That's amazing.
The longest part of the process will be testing so that the company is sure that what they're seeing in our environment is correct, and mailing the keys, mailing the tokens to the customer. The deployment should not take very long at all unless a company's data structure is a nightmare. And at that point, that's not a secure access problem. That's a data structure problem that has to be addressed along with a security problem.
Wow. All right, we're out of time right now. Christopher, I really appreciate you coming on to the show and changing the way America or the world secures its system. Real quick, before we go, one more time, contact information for you.
It's www.Vir-Sec Inc. VIR-SEC. That's Victor Indigo Romeo -SEC. SamEchoCharlie.com. And that's how you would find us.
Perfect. Christopher, thank you so much for coming on to the show, and I'm going to send a bunch of people your way real quick.
Great. Thank you very much.
My pleasure. Christopher Murphy, CEO and founder of Vir-Sec, VIR-SECINC.com. On the other side of this break, when we come back, we're going to talk with Michael DePasquale, Chairman and CEO, BioKey International, and you're going to know about another way to secure yourself. We'll be right back.
Thanks for listening to today's program. The Traders Network is a production of Yorba.tv LLC and is streamed live and archived at yorbamedia.com. We invite you to listen live.